Hello.
Hi, good morning.
How
How are
are
you?
you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing well, thanks.
So
Thanks.
nice to meet you. I'm David. This is
Yeah.
Grace.
Hi,
Oh,
David.
and
Hi,
sorry,
Grace.
and that's my dog Cora.
Oh,
Yeah, our
hi. Oh,
dogs like
good.
to make
Yeah.
cameos while we record.
I love that. I'm fostering a little pup right now, and
Are
she's my
you?
she's my studio audience. She's so
I
good.
love that.
I'm like, I don't know if she's gonna tear up the office or if she's just gonna lay down and take a nap. It's a crapshoot
Oh,
with the
Have you
fosters.
fostered before?
No, I haven't. This is my first time fostering. This is a little stray that we
Oh.
found in the neighborhood two or 3 weeks ago. And I just had to say goodbye to my longtime soul dog, Holly. She was
oh, I'm
18 years old.
Sorry.
sorry.
And so we just said goodbye to her last month. It's way too soon for another dog, but then this dog
Sure.
literally fell into our laps.
And what are you
Hmm.
gonna do?
I know. I'm like, okay, I'll foster her, great. But now it's been 2 weeks. I'm super attached.
I
She's
was
Oh,
gonna
super
say,
attached. So I'm like, this is so going to be a foster fail.
I feel like I've never fostered, but I know I would be a foster fail.
yes.
Grace's dad is like 3 or 4
My
foster
dad has
fails.
4 dogs at this point, and
Oh, wow.
the most recent was a foster fail.
Oh,
And
it makes
he's a
sense.
very
Yes.
big dog, but he's such a gentle giant, and we couldn't let him go.
Yeah, I
We
see.
just couldn't.
I don't know how that system works where you
I
keep the
know.
dog for, I mean, at least for our, we call her Little. Little is her name.
Oh,
I mean, she's in the middle of her vaccine series. She still needs to be
Oh,
spayed. So this is going to be like a month. I'm going to have her at
yeah.
least a month. And I'm like, I'm already attached. It's only been 2 weeks. So this is not a system that would work for me as far as fostering.
hmm.
It's definitely going to be a foster
I was
fail.
gonna say we're gonna check in with you in a year to see where we're at.
A year, check in with me like
Check in with you in a
tomorrow.
month.
Yeah. She'll have her own room, her own
Oh
spot.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
she'll have her own podcast in a
Yeah.
month, right?
We're right there with you. We
Yeah.
love
Oh my gosh.
dogs. Oh,
Oh
they're the
good. Oh
best.
yay. Good. I'm glad that we're all family here. We're all dog
Exactly.
lovers.
We have to tell you, Grace and I met being tour guides at the Warner Brothers lot, so
Oh,
we
how
are very
cool.
familiar with the Fuller House set
Yes.
Oh,
and
love it.
everything Warner Brothers. When you guys were doing season 1 of Fuller House, I was working the ticket counter at Warner Brothers, and my manager came up and was just like, "Hey, I need you to grab a golf cart and take some guests of Fuller House around the lot." And it was your mom, dad,
Oh,
and your brother.
no way. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. That's so exciting. Oh my gosh.
And they were so nice, and I'll never forget. Then, like the next week, I'm driving my cart. I have a full cart of like 12 people, and I see your mom running up.
Oh.
And she was like, "David, sweetie, I can't find my daughter's stage."
Oh, sweet mom.
That is so my mom. Lost, directionally challenged. Yes, that is so my
In
mother.
fairness to her, they all looked the same.
They do.
They
Yeah.
Like all
do.
the
They
tassels
do.
look identical. It is very
Yes.
confusing.
I like kept running into your mom. Then one day I was like going, and she was coming out of that stage 48 and stopped to show me her picture of her on the Harry Potter broom. And she was like, "I call it Sherry Potter."
They're so great. Sherry Potter.
Sherry Potter.
Gosh, this is so my mother. This is the essence of my mother right
Oh.
here.
And I'll never forget. Sorry, I just
No,
when you
tell
needed
me.
to
No,
tell you
this
this.
is it.
Then
This is the
like
run of show right here. Sherry Barber stories.
a
I love it.
year later, I had left the tour department. I was working for Conan O'Brien in stage 15,
Uh-huh.
and I'm walking and I see again your
Your
mom
mom?
walking up to the stage, and she saw me and she asked why I wasn't in the tour uniform. And so I told her, I was like, "I got a new job." And she gave me a hug and she was like, "I'm so proud of you."
Oh,
Oh,
and she
so
was. I'm sure she
sweet.
was. She was
But yeah, no.
legitimately proud of you, as if you were her son. I love this story so
Yeah.
much. This is amazing. I'm proud of you now too. Like what amazing stories, a career trajectory. Like this is just got all of it, all the elements of a good story. That's
Sherry
amazing.
Potter is
No.
the best thing. I don't think
Sherry
I heard
Potter.
that part
Potter.
before.
My mom and my mom knows a good pun. That's for
That's
sure.
a good one.
Um,
I hope she told many people that.
I never heard it. Like she never told me that. Sherry Potter, that is so on brand for her.
Yeah.
And I'm just glad you're welcoming of like she could be stalkerish, like
Oh,
like if you
no, I
keep
loved
running into
it.
her around the Warner Brothers, you're like, why is Kimmy Gibbler's mom following me around the lot? No, that's just my mom. She's genuinely interested in your career and your life.
Yeah. And
Oh,
your dad was so proud to tell me that they were Kimmy Gibbler's parents whenever I
oh my
whenever I met
gosh.
them.
My dad, he's like a walking resume. He's just like it's wonderful, but because I grew up as a child actor, having your parents, tout you around and like brag about you, it's just a whole nother level of embarrassing when you know there's millions of people watching your work. It's not just like the soccer crowd on Saturday mornings at the local park. No, we
Mhm.
got an audience of millions. And then there's my dad.
I love
I'm Kimmy
it.
Gibbler's dad, and I'm
I
like,
love
Oh, they're
that.
so
"Dad, come
proud.
on." He's so proud. I'm 49 and I'm still embarrassed by my parents. It's so funny. But
Oh,
Aren't we
aren't
all?
we? I was just
aren't we
gonna
all?
say, aren't we
Yes.
all?
Aren't we all? That's what parents then they've done a good job if they embarrass you. That's what I
That's
strive to do
right.
with my own kids is embarrass them as often as possible.
Oh
Love it.
yeah, that's what
Yeah,
we're
it's your
here
job.
for.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Were either of your parents in the industry? Like, is that how you got started?
No, it's so random. No, they weren't in the industry officially, but my mom was an actress, like just not just, but she was a community theater actress. So
Okay.
she had the personality, she had the drive. She loved performing, so she did all of like the local Christmas Carol productions or just anything that was at the local. I grew up in Whittier, so it was La Mirada
Okay.
Performing Arts
Okay.
Theater, which is a big one. Like Kathy Rigsby does a lot of performances there. She was the Peter Pan lady. Anyways, so we, as by proxy, as kids, we were thrust into this against our will at a young age because my mom was like, "We're all going to be, Christmas orphans in Christmas production this year," and I'm like, "Oh, all
Okay.
right." This
Uh-huh.
this was just like the Barber family thing to do. This was our extracurriculars. So, yeah, it was a whole family thing, and let's see, I must have been 4 years old. I played the littlest princess in The King and I at La Mirada Performing Arts
Uh-huh.
Theater, and it was during an actors' strike. This is what was told to me. I don't remember any of this, relying on the legends that my parents have told all of these years. But it was during an actors' strike, so agents were out kind of like looking for fresh blood to say the least.
Uh-huh.
And so that's where like I was discovered by my agent in the audience, like this random rant. She was like, "Hey, I think your daughter's got a lot of charisma. Do you have any other kids?" And my parents were like, "Yes, we have two boys as well, three kids total." And so my agent was like, "Have them come in and read for me or talk to me." Or I don't even remember. I wasn't memorizing monologues at that age. So I don't know what I did in the interview. But I do remember that after she had signed us, my agent was named Judy Savage.
Okay.
She's a fantastic agent. She had all the kids in the 80s and 90s. If they were on a hit TV show, they were Judy Savage's kids, like the Home Improvement kids, Danica McKellar, Jodie Sweetin. I don't even know what else, but yeah, just
Wow.
anyone that was on like a TGIF show or any of those 90s shows, they were Judy's kids. So,
Okay.
anyways, so I was 4 years old, precocious as heck. And my agent was teaching me how to slate, which is before an audition, you say, "Hi, my name is Andrea Barber, and I'm from the Savage Agency." You have to say who you are. Usually you have to say your age too, but
Mhm.
whatever. Anyway, so I'm 4 and I'm like, "Hi, I'm Andrea Barber and I'm from the Average Agency." I thought I nailed it. And she
I was
was
gonna
just
say
like,
at 4.
4, yeah,
that was
4.
pretty impressive. So she was like, "You got the job, kid." So I guess that's how I got into it. And my parents were never like stage parents. They weren't like, "Oh, you're going to be famous and this is going to be a
Mhm.
lifelong dream." My parents were kind of clueless. They were like, "This sounds cool. Let's give it a shot." So my brothers and I started doing auditions and commercials. Commercials were so important in the 80s. So
Sure.
I did all sorts of like Barbie commercials and McDonald's commercials. Like that was where it was at,
Which for a
man.
kid is
For a
probably
kid is a
so fun.
dream.
Oh, it was
I
the
wanted to be on those so
dream.
bad. They always looked so fun.
So fun. Yeah, all the toys. The only commercial I hated was for California prunes.
Oh.
Why? I'm like, how did
Oh
California Prunes
no.
have the budget to do like these nationwide commercials? I don't know.
Yeah.
But I had to eat prunes all day long. And yes,
Oh.
Oh
there was a spit
no.
bucket, but prunes was not exactly my favorite food. And especially after this all day shoot, I was eating prunes all day long. I was like, never
Trying to
again.
sell it like it's the best thing you've ever
Right. And
eaten.
I'm just like, no, I don't want to be eating this. I don't want to talk about the benefits of fiber. I don't want to talk about any of this.
Oh no.
I think it really stuck with you too.
It really
You remember this so much.
Oh yeah, I can see it. The visual of the spit bucket with all these discarded
Oh,
prunes that I would spit out after every take. Sorry, this is the glamorous
no.
side of
I was
Hollywood.
gonna say this is what happened.
Yeah, this is where it's at. You know,
Uh-huh.
discarded prunes in a bucket, in a spit
Yeah.
bucket.
The title of the episode.
Everyone's got to start somewhere,
Yeah,
you know?
That'll be the title of my next memoir.
Yeah.
Discarded prunes
Discarded
prunes in a
prunes.
in a
bucket.
spit bucket.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Mhm.
Anyways, I don't remember if that. I don't know if what your question was. Does that answer any of your?
That answered
Yeah.
that answered
Okay,
it,
great.
yes.
That
I
might
wanted
be
just a
good.
little
More
walkthrough of
questions.
where you got started.
Prunes. I got started on
Prunes.
stage,
On
The King and I,
prunes.
and prunes. That's where.
What
it
else could you
began.
want?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like spit buckets were such a thing too, because they
yeah.
would have a lot more commercials, and now you never quite know what's CGI and what's AI and what's
know.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do things so different now, I think.
So true. So true. Or
Yeah.
you wouldn't actually have to be eating an actual prune. You would just be miming it. But no, we were
Yeah.
very authentic in the 80s. I was eating all of those prunes and
Very
spitting them out.
method.
Yeah, it's very method.
Oh my
I'm sure you can
God.
see like the horror on my face. Like,
Yeah.
this is so good, Mom, or whatever the line. I gotta find this.
I was gonna say, have you tried to find any of these commercials
know,
like
have
on
you watched
YouTube
them?
or anything?
Every once in a while I'll get tagged in, like someone will
Okay.
find them on YouTube, like this just the abyss that is YouTube.
Mhm.
So yeah, I know I did a few commercials for Intellivision, which was like a Nintendo, it was like pre-Nintendo.
Mhm.
And I did a few commercials with Henry Thomas, who was the ET,
Oh,
the kid
yeah.
from ET. And so he was the brother playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I was the little kid just, over his shoulder, like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? Play with me." And so, yeah, so I remember, and he was just like over it. Like he was so just like, you can see in the commercial too. I bet I can find it. I'll send you the link after.
Please.
I'll send you the link for the show notes. But he's so over it in the whole thing. He's just like, I don't know if he was directed to be over it or if he was legitimately like, I'm a kid actor and I'm so overdoing these commercials and I don't want to be here right now.
It's done.
But he was just like, and I was just, the perky little kid.
Mhm.
That was me too. I had two older brothers, so I was used to just chirping in their shoulder, over their shoulder, being like, include me. I want to play too. And they were like, go away. So yeah, the Intellivision commercials were great. I did a commercial for like one of the first Apple computers, like the
Whoa.
big box like computers,
Oh, those were
um,
so
like
cool
word
at the time.
processing built in.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I know there's that commercial's out there somewhere.
That's gotta be, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the Punky Brewster doll commercial is also
Okay.
out there.
Oh,
Which
cool.
I wanted to keep that doll so bad, and they wouldn't let me. But the
Oh.
Punky Brewster doll with like the little bandana around the leg, and like it
I think
had
it's the
came with a
least
skate
they can
key.
do.
Yeah, why
Yeah.
didn't they just throw me a freebie? What are they gonna do with all those
Yeah.
punkies afterwards? So I really wanted the Punky doll. I didn't get to keep it.
I'm so
So
sorry.
Did you ever get one?
no, I did.
Okay,
I got a
we've gotta go
Cabbage
on
Patch.
eBay.
I know I
Okay.
need the Punky
We've
doll.
got to go on eBay. We've got to
Um,
track it down.
No, I think I graduated to Cabbage Patch and then eventually
Mhm.
American Girl. I had the
Oh.
Samantha doll for American Girl.
She
Uh,
was
She
the
was the best. Oh,
She
Samantha
was-
was the best one, right?
Yes, yes.
she's
Samantha was the
fantastic.
best. There was, I think I had Samantha and Courtney. Was
Oh,
there a
okay.
Courtney? I think she
That
was the
sounds right.
blonde.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Samantha had the best outfits. She had
She
the
was
little
very
like
prim,
hat. She
the
was
little
very
plaid
proper.
dress, yes, with
Mhm.
the fall tones and the little book
Yes.
bag that she would carry
Mhm.
around.
Yes.
Samantha was the best. We still have her. I gave her to my daughter on her
Aw.
10th birthday. And then my daughter's name is Felicity, so I had to get her the Felicity doll before
Naturally.
Felicity was retired. So we
Oh,
have a
yeah.
Samantha set and then a Felicity set as well.
Oh.
Yeah, got to keep them intact for if I ever have grandchildren someday. I'm like,
Yes.
we'll just
Those
keep
are the
passing
originals.
them down.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, such great toys. Just
Yeah.
Aw.
very just quality, good quality stuff.
I think now a lot of girls make them or boys to look like them. I think that's the new thing.
yeah,
You can kind of
yeah.
get American Girl dolls that look like you,
Right. Like
which is cool.
I think that's great. The self-confidence,
Oh
like
yeah.
just
They've got a
love
cafes now.
yourself.
You can like go have tea with American Girl
Oh
dolls.
yeah, yeah.
It's a whole
You could
thing.
go get your hair done at the
Yeah.
American Girl salon with your
That's
doll and
crazy.
have matching hair. Oh, it gets
It's
very
expanded.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
you could easily spend like a small mortgage on
It's like
one
Disneyland
Yes.
for
trip to
toys.
American Girl.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And the nostalgia lover in me would end up spending too much money.
Yes.
I
Oh,
don't need
it's
to do it.
no,
Yeah, just
no.
go on. I think there's one at the Grove. You could head on over
Oh,
after
David,
this.
don't
There
tell
you
me.
go.
No, don't
Yep.
tell me.
I've been
No.
there. I've had the tea. I've done the tea there
Oh,
with my
she's done it.
daughter. Yes, I've already done it. We try to save it for like a special occasion. I think we
Yeah.
did a birthday party, not a big one, but like it's like, hey, bring 3 of your best friends and we'll have tea.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's
So we did
fun.
do a birthday there. You got to save it for a special occasion. You
Oh,
can't get the
yeah.
kids used to like, oh, this is an
For
average
every.
Saturday. No, no, no. $500 later, this is not an average
Yeah.
Saturday.
No,
Now
no,
we're
no, no,
broke.
no.
So,
Broke.
Uh-huh.
Can't go
Uh-huh.
anywhere again.
right, totally.
So you, of course, did all these fantastic commercials, some that we just don't want to think about, the prunes.
Right.
And so when did it kind of transition into scripts, into more acting or TV auditions? When did that kind of come along for you?
Um, Pretty quickly. I don't remember the auditions because again, I was very young, but I booked my first like real big role when I was 6 years old. I played the very first Carrie Brady on Days of Our Lives.
Mhm.
So that was a 3.5 year gig when I was from 6 to 9. Learned so much. Like soap operas is like the boot camp of acting world. Like it is not so much for me, but for the
Yeah.
adults who are like there. It's a lot of dialogue. You do one show a day, so that's 60 pages a day. You get 1 or 2 takes. That's it. There's none of this like grinding where you're just doing take after take after take. They don't have time for that. So it's like, nope, you get one take and we're moving on. I don't care if you messed up your lines. We're moving on anyway. So there's a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Um,
But they were
but
probably such a well-oiled machine, I would think, because
such a
soap
well-oiled
operas
machine.
have been around forever.
For Days of
Yeah.
Our Lives have been around since like the 50s. It's
And is it still
crazy.
on? It actually might, some of
It's
them are
still
still
on.
running.
Oh, it's still on. There's these cast members talk about longevity. Like
Yeah,
like
they're
Deidre
set for
Hall, I
life.
think is still on the show. So many cast members have been on there for decades and decades, and
Hmm.
it's tough work. It's really tough work. Long days, lots of dialogue to memorize. But I learned that's the best place to learn too.
Oh
So
my
I
gosh.
learned how to cry on camera. I learned how to memorize a lot of dialogue. Deidre Hall was amazing because she could not only cry on command, she could activate the tear ducts in the eye closest to camera. So whatever eye was downstage closest to
Okay.
camera, that's the one she would make tear up. And that's the tear would fall from the downstage side. And I'm like, how do you
That is like another level of technique. Because what? Like she's not just
oh,
crying. She's like, "Oh, sorry, you want the right eye? Okay, got
yeah.
it.
No, oh
Got
wait,
it."
my bad. I got the wrong eye. Let's redo it. And so I can
Wow.
activate the tear ducts on the other side. It's unbelievable the amount of talent that comes out of soap operas, which is
Wow.
crazy because I feel like soap operas kind of get a bad rap. I guess it's more of the storylines where you're getting kidnapped and hypnotized and
It's the melodramatic.
oh, it's
Yeah.
so
I feel like it
melodramatic.
also it has its group and it had its time, but clearly it still has its time because they're still going on.
Oh yeah, they'll never go away. No,
No.
it's got the fans are so devoted.
Hmm.
They're so into it. They know all of the not only the characters, they know each actor that played because you always have like there's been 3 Carrie Brady's since me, so they know
Right.
all of the actors and the historical, the history of the character and who's played that character
Right.
and all of our resumes like it's just the knowledge that comes out of these soap opera fans is incredible.
And what a great,
um,
like you said, a great place to learn
Great
and
training
get
ground.
started.
Such
Yeah.
a great training ground. So I did that for 3.5 years and then I was fired at the age of 9.
Come on. Come
Well, I mean, I
on.
say that's melodramatic. Talk about melodramatic. But it's true. So I went on vacation with my family and they needed me to work that week. They were like, "Oh, we need Andrea to come in," and there was like a last minute request, last minute rewrite. And my dad was like, "No, we got the family vacation. We're going to Mammoth for a week to go skiing because this is what we do every year." And so she's not available. We already told you that. Well, then I come back from Mammoth the next week and they're like, we've decided to age the character up we want a teenage story, like a teenage romance summer storyline. So we've decided to age up Carrie Brady by like 5 years. And so that was it for me. And my dad is a little bit like, I wonder if it's because we told them no,
Yeah.
they're unavailable.
Coincidental timing to
Yeah.
age her up.
It kind of is, but I'm also like, that's just soap operas. Like, you can't read too much into it because people are always getting fired and recast and then come back. Then they die. The characters die. They come back from the dead. I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts in these soap operas. So I've learned not to take anything like that too personally.
That's
Then it
good.
led to Full House. Like 6 months later, I auditioned for Full House, and then I was on that for 8 years. Like, you just don't get careers like this anymore, where you're on
Yeah.
a show for or even 3.5 years. Like, shows just don't get chances like this anymore. That's my rant. That's the hill I'm going to
Yeah,
die on. Is that just like people want longer seasons or just more seasons, even if you're not going to make the longer seasons, at least give it more than one season. But no,
Yeah.
too many cancellations, too many.
Honestly.
Oh yeah. It's very
Yeah.
depressing to think about, but
Yeah, I was actually listening. Someone was just talking about this on a podcast I was listening to, how we all go back and rewatch shows like Full House, or we have a comfort show because they didn't do too much that stressed you out. Like, shows today, you get anxiety watching them. And it's almost
Absolutely.
what they want. And on one hand, it's entertaining, it keeps you interested.
right.
But then it's like, we all have enough anxiety in life.
Do we
just
need
want to
more?
watch something
Yeah.
calm sometimes and comforting, and which is why shows like Full House have reboots, because we're not done with it and we just
No.
need that.
Need
we don't
more.
always need to be stressed out.
I totally agree. And like, that's how I watch TV, is to decompress at the end of the night. I don't want to like
Yes.
reinvigorate my brain or my nervous
Right.
system. You just want to like turn your brain off and have some mindless TV you can watch for 22 minutes, laugh a little bit, and then fall asleep.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
everything. I was just talking to Jody about this the other day. I'm like, not everything has to be Emmy worthy. It doesn't have to be deep, dark, and psychological. No, it can just be silly sitcom, light comedy, and that makes you feel good at night, and that helps you deal with all of the craziness that's happening in our world.
It's so true.
It's self-care. It's what
It's so
sitcoms
much
It's
self-care.
self-care.
So it makes me
Yeah.
very sad that there's like one sitcom on TV right now, and
I know.
I end up rewatching all of my comfort favorites.
Oh, that's
too.
Yeah.
all we do.
Yeah.
That's how we
Constantly
cope.
rewatching
Well, we
shows.
yeah. And the whole live studio audience, I feel like, is not there as much anymore. And what a
not.
cool part. Like, we have seen tapings. It was obviously your entire career. And it's very sad. I hope that maybe there's some way they can come back and people can find a new interest for them.
I
But
hope so.
It's hard with all the mini series that they're doing now, and everything just comes. Everyone wants to see a whole season at once, just the whole
Right.
season released in one day.
I know people are not patient. They have no attention spans anymore.
Yeah.
I like waiting. I like being forced to wait 1 week at a time. I mean, maybe that's just the
Same.
child in me screaming, but yeah, no, I think it's better otherwise. Especially with water cooler chat like this, you need to space it out. You need to force your audience to watch it in a certain amount of time, because if you release the whole season at once, some people have binged the whole thing in one night. Other people are savoring it, or they just don't have time. And so like there's this lack of discourse, because you can't be like, oh my gosh, did you see what happened last night on this show? Can
It's
you believe
true.
that he did that and she did that, and what's going to happen? I can't wait, 6 more days to find out. That's what really gets you invested in a show.
Yeah.
But if you've got some people who are talking about the finale and other people who've just watched, episode 1,
Yeah.
there's no discourse. And so it's hard to get invested in that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Makes me
I bet.
curious, like years down the line, because we're sitting here talking about shows we loved as a kid. I wonder how that will translate, like with our kids. Because
Like in 20 years,
we
yeah.
almost had more time to really fall in love with the characters because we had more time with them.
Yes.
They
it's
come and go so
true.
fast, you forget their name
No,
in a
it's,
show.
It's true. If I'm watching a show that happens to get multiple seasons, it's like a year between the release dates for the season. So you have to
Yeah.
go back and watch it again to
You
remind
forget
yourself
everything.
of what happened.
It's so
Yeah.
true. I forget literally
Everything.
everything.
Everything. Like I want to watch the newest season of Only Murders in the Building, but I'm like, I
Mhm.
can't remember what happened in the last season, so I got to go back and watch like the previous 3 seasons to
I
Yeah.
know.
everything. So and maybe that's just a me problem, a
No,
memory
it's a me
issue for
problem
me.
too.
It's we're with you. We're right there
Okay,
I
with
couldn't
you.
good,
even
good.
remember. I went to start the new Only Murders, and I couldn't even remember who died at the end of the last season.
Right. You're like,
Who
wait,
was
was there a
murdered?
death? Who was
Yeah.
murdered? Was it a fake out? I don't
Like the
I
remember.
know.
biggest, yeah, the biggest point of the show.
Right,
Yeah.
right. The murder,
Yeah.
the only murder in
The
the
only murder I
building.
don't even know.
Yes,
Now,
it's so
when you
true.
auditioned for Full House, you first did not audition for Kimmy, right? You auditioned for
Correct. I
DJ.
did,
So
yes.
how did this process work? How did you go from auditioning to as DJ to getting the role of Kimmy Gibbler?
I wish it was a more exciting story, but this is just such a common tale for auditioning in the 80s as a child actor. Like it's just a grind and you just go out for audition after audition. And even if, but like the thing that was drilled into me as a kid was that even if you don't get this part, give it your best. Even if you're not right for the part, give it your all, give it 100% because those casting directors and producers will remember you if you give a good performance. And so if you're not right for this role, maybe you'll be right for a different role. So that's how I did it. I gave it my best and never took it personally because that's the amount of rejection I experienced as a child going out for
Uh-huh.
audition after audition and then not getting it. And you see the same cast of characters. Like I was always up against Jenna Von Oy for all
Mm.
these different parts, all of the like the sidekick characters. We would always go out for the same parts. Um, but yeah, so I didn't take it personally, and nobody knew Full House was going to become the juggernaut that it would become. So this was a nothing burger when I went out for the role of DJ. I was just like, okay, you didn't get it. Next,
Hmm.
what's for dinner, mom? Like that was my biggest
Sure.
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I guess they remembered me and said, "Oh, okay, well, she wasn't right for DJ, but we have, the wacky neighbor, the eccentric neighbor she wasn't all that eccentric at first. She was just sort of like a
She definitely gets more
Yeah,
eccentric
she
as it
builds.
definitely
goes.
gets a little like more mental as the series goes on. At first, she was just kind of cute and precocious and, the antithesis to DJ. She was a little more wild than DJ.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't even remember the audition because again, it was a nothing burger. It's like I'm either gonna get it or I won't. I got it. It was supposed to be one guest appearance. Um, and that turned into 5 guest appearances for season 1, and that turned into like 13 guest appearances for season 2. And it slowly got more and more until season 5 when I was a full-time regular cast member for the
Oh.
duration of the series. So yeah, it was great, and I know people are shocked, like, oh my gosh, you auditioned for DJ and got rejected, and I'm like that was just a Tuesday for a child
Yeah, that
actor
was
in the
That happens
80s.
all the
Like that
time.
was just nothing. Like it wasn't. I didn't take it personally, and it ended up turning into one of the best gigs of my life. So
Oh.
you can't second guess these things. You just got to go with the flow and let fate take over.
Oh, yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm sure having the live studio audience helped them realize how much of a hit Kimmy was.
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Because
Yes.
she brought,
true.
Kimmy was so fun and brought so much. And even just, she would always pop in. It was like that character that you'd wait for. And I have to imagine having that instant feedback. That's something that's so great about
Oh
sitcoms. It's
my
like they can
gosh.
hear right away what works, what's sticking.
Yes.
And clearly they realize, oh, people like Kimmy. They want her
Yeah.
to keep popping in.
Oh, see, that's what I love about sitcoms too, because it's such a great hybrid between television work and stage work. You get the energy of the live performance, like it's like a play, but you have the freedom to screw up and mess up your lines, and they'll just do another take. It's kind of the best of both worlds, and I love it. And yeah, you do get a better performance out of your actors having a live audience there. The energy is totally different. You find things in your performance that didn't come out in rehearsal. Like there's nothing like the live show. I
Hmm.
love it. And I loved being Kimmy Gibbler because I felt like I got the best lines. I got the funniest
You really
lines.
She
did?
did, yeah.
Like I didn't always have very many lines, but the ones that I had were zingers. And so I was like, oh, this is good. Like
The
this
biggest
is a good
laughs.
gig for me. I got the biggest laughs. And it was delightful. And as a kid, I think I had complicated feelings playing Kimmy Gibbler because I was so insecure as a teenager. And I mean, I was 15, 16. Who isn't insecure at that age about
Oh,
how they
yeah.
look or what they're going through? And then it was just sort of exaggerated being on TV and having to play a character, but knowing, okay, I'm wearing these really awkward clothing and these loud neon colors, and I'm going to get teased about this at school on Monday morning. So
Mm.
that's a hard thing for a kid to go through. And so I didn't always appreciate Kimmy Gibbler. I liked performing her. I loved being on the show and I loved getting the laughs, but I did not like the embarrassment that came with playing such an eccentric character at such a sensitive age, I would say.
Mhm.
I mean, I see it in my own daughter who's in high school. She's like just so insecure about the dumbest things. And I'm like, everybody feels exactly the same way you do.
Yeah.
Everyone's so insecure about what do they think of me? What do they think of me? That nobody's actually thinking about you. They're only thinking about themselves. But in that sense, that's why coming back to do Fuller House was so rewarding because I still got to play an eccentric character, the adult Kimmy Gibbler, but she was just so much cooler. Like for some reason, it wasn't. I mean, maybe it was just me. I wasn't embarrassed anymore. I was just like,
Mhm.
no. She's a fantastic person. Like she loves herself and she's so self-confident and she's just unabashedly herself. And there's a lot of lessons we can take away from Kimmy Gibbler
Mhm.
just by embracing that. She just doesn't care what people think about her and she
Yeah.
loves herself and loves the people in her life. And I think she's a great role model. And it was very healing to get to play her as an adult and feel like she's finally accepted as, a part of the house. She's finally living in the
Oh,
house.
yeah, she made
She
it.
is. She made
All
it
she
in.
wanted to do was live in the Tanner house, and she finally got to.
Oh,
And
Kimmy's big dream.
yeah, she was just so stylish too. Like I feel like it was more Carrie Bradshaw type fashion instead of Steve Urkel type fashion back in the 90s. So yeah, that's the trajectory of my emotional journey with Kimmy Gibbler over the
I love
years.
it.
Yeah, she's was a great character. I do miss playing her.
No, it
Yeah.
is so interesting to hear. Like watching it, you would never know. But I also remind myself it was on at a different time where I think there wasn't so much feedback, but that was also the wonderful part. Like now you can watch something and you just go online and read or see people make comments. But I always remember watching and thinking that Kimmy always dressed so cool. And I would never,
Oh,
ever had clothes like that. Like I just didn't have them. But
right.
there was such an element to her that she was her own person and she wasn't afraid to be that way.
Hmm.
And especially when she would be with DJ, they were different. And there was
Yeah.
such a difference to them. So, but hearing you talk about the age that you actually were and going to school, that makes so much sense. As
Yeah.
an audience
Yeah.
member, you would never think though, because it's just you so embodied her. But you were
Oh.
having your own things because you went to actual high school. It wasn't like an on-set school.
I did. Well, I did
Yeah.
both. I mean, we were tutored on set by law, by California law. You have to do 3 hours a day. So the kids would do schooling in the mornings while our stand-ins would do the rehearsal part with the adult cast members. And then in the afternoon, we would learn all the blocking from our stand-ins and rehearse with the rest of the cast and do our run-throughs in front of production and writers and the network. And then on my weeks off, so we would work for 3 weeks and then have a week off. Work for 3 weeks, have a week off until like March, I would say. And then we would have 3 months off until
Oh,
we
okay.
got picked up for the next season. So during all of that downtime, that's when I went to regular public high school, which I think I credit that decision with keeping me grounded because I just had regular friends. I was out. I didn't grow up in Hollywood. I mean, I worked in
Hmm.
Hollywood, but I didn't grow up in Hollywood. I wanted to go to the basketball game on Friday nights with my friends, or the football game, Friday Night Lights. I
Hmm.
wanted to be on the yearbook staff, which I never got to. But, I just wanted to do like normal, regular kid things. And I had such a great group of friends too that never, like, it just never bothered them or not bothered them,
Hmm.
but they weren't affected by my celebrity. They were just
That's
like,
good.
oh, good, you're back. Great. Here's what you missed last week when we
Yeah.
were at the
Okay.
studio. Like just so normal about it. I still keep in
Hmm.
touch with them
Oh,
to
that's
this
great.
day because yeah, that's pretty remarkable for the time. You have the jerks who just want to make fun of you or yell
Hmm.
comments or like I don't know if they were impressed or threatened or I'm just like, why do kids do that? That's just such an interesting psychological study of why
Right?
why are kids mean to each other when they really admire like each other?
It's so weird,
Such
yeah.
a weird thing with kids. Um, but yeah, no, it was one of the best decisions that my parents made was that you're going to go to regular public school and then you'll be tutored on the set on the weeks that you're working. But it kept
Yeah.
me very grounded and
Good.
kept me very normal. I don't feel like I missed out on a whole lot of childhood because I
Like,
still,
The good balance.
that's
man, I
so
went to
important.
the
Yeah.
sports games. I went to my proms. I went to, it might have looked a little bit different. One prom I went to directly from the set because we were taping on a Friday night. And so my date just came to the studio and they pre-taped all of my scenes. Like they stacked them at the beginning of the night so I could leave and get
Wait,
to the
that's so nice that they did that.
I know
Yeah.
it's unheard of. No production would do that these days. But that was Full House. They cared more about the kids than the production.
I feel like you could
Oh,
really
So
tell watching it too, like how close
yes.
you guys were as a casting crew.
yeah, well, and now hearing all the stories coming out about the Nickelodeon shows and just what toxic sets that they were,
Mhm.
where it wasn't about the kids and their health or safety or well-being. It was about whatever the agenda was for the terrible people in charge.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So yeah, we were very lucky. We had no idea at the time that all sets weren't like this. We were just like, oh, this is great. Like,
Yeah.
being a child actor is fantastic. But now we know that, oh no, we were very lucky. It
Yeah.
was such a protected set. And not just with like our showrunners and producers, but the cast members too, John, Bob, Dave, Lori, like they were very protective of the kids. And just we were a family, like we were like their kids. And so yeah, we were very well taken care of on the set. And so
Oh,
That's so good to
that's something
hear.
I'm
how it
grateful
should
for
be.
all the time. I know it's very saccharine. Like it is, we
Yeah,
were
you would
it's
think it's
very
just a
Full House,
normal
you know?
thing that everyone should know, that that's how it should be.
Yeah, yeah. No, I have such wonderful memories from growing up on that set. It's wild. It's
Mm.
just wild, and getting to go through the series with Jody on our podcast, How Are You
Yeah.
Tannerinos, is such a trip because we haven't
Hmm.
seen most of these
My
episodes
gosh.
ever.
Ever?
I definitely haven't seen the episodes I wasn't in, but even the
Oh,
episodes
sure.
I was in, and Jody and we're finding this too. Even if we've seen the scenes that we were in, we never watched the other scenes that we weren't in because we were either
Hmm.
in probably in school. Like, okay, kids, you're not in the scene. Go back up to the schoolroom and work on your math homework or whatever.
Hmm.
So we didn't see the other storylines that we weren't in. So it's great getting to we're like, oh, what happens next? Like in general,
Hmm.
we know what happens. Like,
Sure.
Jesse and Becky get married and have twins.
Yeah.
Like we know all that, but we don't know like the week to week. We're just like, yeah, we don't know what happens next. It's pretty cool
I love that you
experiencing
guys
the
are
show for
doing
the
this
first time.
podcast.
Hmm.
Oh, it's a blast. It's
Yeah.
a blast. I mean, just doing anything with Jody is guaranteed to be laughs because she's such a funny person, but getting to make fun of
Hmm.
ourselves as kids and the
Oh.
ridiculousness that is Full House and the sitcom land, and like
Uh-huh.
storylines that don't make sense, the
No.
reoccurring
No.
characters that are played by different people. Like it's just
Yes, and no one ever talked about
tropes.
it.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like, oh, we're gonna recast grandma and nobody will notice.
Hmm.
Well, hey,
Yeah.
nobody anticipated streaming decades later.
Oh,
We get
yeah.
to watch
True.
it over and over and over. So yeah, we do know that you recast grandma in season one.
Mhm. Oh, poor
Yeah.
grandma.
Some characters
Yeah.
in some sitcoms I remember would just kind of like disappear.
Oh yeah.
Like sometimes, and you'd be like, whatever, we never saw that person again.
You're
And
like,
they
what
just never
happened to them?
addressed. It's just
Nah.
never addressed. They didn't need to.
That's why. So that's what I love about it. It was so simple.
I know.
And
It
so
was
ridiculous.
So simple.
So simple. Just don't
Oh.
think too hard.
No.
That's what Jody and I have to
Mm-mm.
remind ourselves is just don't think too hard about these. Don't pull that thread.
No,
because
just
you don't
enjoy
wanna
it.
know. Yeah, just enjoy the journey. Turn your brain off. Don't pull
Exactly.
that thread because you don't need to know. Just
No.
it's sitcom land. Things happen differently in sitcom land.
Whenever Fuller House came back, since you all were obviously older, did you get to give any input on where you thought Kimmy Gibbler would be or anything
Oh
like
yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Did you?
definitely. Jeff Franklin, the creator of both shows, Full House and Fuller House. He's such a great showrunner. I mean, he is so genuinely interested in our opinions and what we think. And as because we had played these characters as kids and didn't really have a say, like they would give us a say as far as like what bands are you into? Because then we'll put those posters on the sets, on the bedroom walls.
Oh, that's cool.
Or, what kind of milestones are you going through as far as like losing your teeth or piercing your ears or whatever it is. So I guess we had input in that way. But as far as like character development, we were kids. So we didn't we didn't care, and we weren't asked. But as adults, yeah, it was thrilling that Jeff was just like, okay, so what are your opinions? And so we really got to be involved in the development of the show. And so I think early on, there were lots of ideas for Kimmy Gibbler. And one of them was that she was going to be uber smart, like just a total plot twist. She was going to be like a translator for the UN or just be like some, economist that was like world renowned or just something that you wouldn't expect. But then along the way, Jeff was like, yeah, I think that'd be funny at first, but then it would get old because we want Kimmy Gibbler. Like it's a special kind of flair.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why he was like, well, what do you think about making her a party planner? Because it's creative and she can get as eccentric as she wants and it seems very fitting. And I'm like, oh yeah, you'll get a lot more mileage out of a party planner than you would out of a UN translator.
UN translator?
Where nobody
Yeah.
knows what she's saying. So early on, we knew she was going to be a party planner.
Which is so perfect for her.
It really is.
So perfect. And then as far as her love life, like I knew I was going to get the hot Latin ex-husband, the on again, off again husband, who was great. And originally Jeff said Kimmy was going to have 5 ex-husbands. She was going to be like
Oh my God.
like a Elizabeth Taylor, just collecting ex-husbands.
Yeah,
next as she
next.
goes.
Next.
Right. But then it was like, unexpected that nerdy Kimmy Gibbler ends up with like this hot Latino, gorgeous guy that can sing and dance. And he's got all of the tricks.
I love
But
that.
then
for
anyways,
her.
they nixed that too. And I kind of wish they hadn't gone with the infidelity thing because I think that was a cloud that followed Fernando and Kimmy for like the rest of the series. A lot of fans were like, oh, Kimmy never should have taken him back because he cheated on her. Like the fans are very unforgiving. They're very protective of Kimmy
Very
Gibbler.
dedicated.
Yeah, and I'm like, it ain't that deep. Like Kimmy's just like, this dude's hot. Like, let's
Yeah.
go for it. Like she doesn't really care. So so I kind of wish, and I think they quickly veered away from that. Like I think Jeff realized early on that they're not going to lean too heavily into the whole adulterer side of Fernando. Like he was very apologetic, from the get-go, and they wanted to get this couple back together. So it all worked out fine. But I was surprised. Even to this day, fans have very strong opinions about Kimmy taking Fernando back, despite his infidelity. It's like, all right,
Okay.
It's the
Thanks.
protection.
I was going to say, it's
It's
nice.
those of us that just watched Kimmy all these years and just want you guys to always be okay and
always be
safe
okay.
and warm.
Yeah, it's very protective. I do. It is
Yeah.
flattering. It is flattering
Yeah.
in a way.
Yeah, because like I said, we were working at the Warner Brothers lot, so I went to the first taping of Fuller House, which was, I guess, really the second episode, I think.
Right. We did
And
the
the
second
crowd
episode
just
first.
went crazy whenever you walked out, and I think you had like the bacon scarf on.
The bacon scarf.
bacon
I've got my
scarf.
bacon. I've got my bacon scarf.
Oh,
right
it's the
here.
best.
I always have it at the ready. I can put
It was so fun though being there for the first one and like everybody making their like first time on the set, walking out, and the crowd just going crazy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. You had to hold for the applause. Like every time a cast member came out, it was another like, I don't know how many minutes of applause. And it was, a great ego boost, but
I'm sure.
I'm sure it was a very long taping as well. That was such a great night. And I remember my first scene, I came out wearing this bacon and egg scarf. I think I was on the front porch. And I walked into the frame and I turned around and I'm wearing this scarf. And the audience started laughing immediately at the sight of the scarf. But I didn't remember that I was wearing a scarf. And I'm like, why are they laughing? They're not supposed to be. This isn't, I haven't said anything yet.
Yeah.
Why are they laughing? And it threw me off so much that I forgot my line. And I was like,
Oh no.
I've been out of this business for 20 years and I screw up the very first. So that didn't bode well, but I recovered. I
Yeah, I was
recovered.
gonna say
recovered.
nobody in that audience cared.
No.
They
Didn't care.
They didn't care. But
And was Full House and Fuller House, was it kind of an improv friendly set? So if that happened and someone forgot a line, were they okay if you guys just kind of went along with it and improved a little, or were they more let's
for
just
sure.
restart and do the script?
well, it was a little of both. I mean, it depends on the actor too. Like if you've got like Bob or Dave who are comedians and very, very much all about the improv and always wanting to make people laugh and always wanting to one up each other. Who could make the audience or the other cast members laugh harder? They were very much like they would go off book or they would, try new things. And so that's always welcome. But as actors, we would also very much respect the script and the words on the page and the writers that had put so much work into writing those lines for us. So I'd say it was a little of both. Like for me, I wasn't a huge improver. I was just like, I just want to get the lines right. So for me, it'd be like, nope, I messed up. Let's just, go back to one and redo the scene. But for some other actors, sometimes they would try, like on the last take, they would try something completely different and new, just to kind of throw it out there. Once you have the take, once you have it, like you have it once or twice clean, then you have a little more freedom to have fun with it. Yeah. But no, I like to respect the dialogue that's been written. I have a healthy respect for the writers, and it doesn't mean I don't make suggestions, but when it comes to tape night, I'm like, no, I'll just say what's written on the page.
That's fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I feel like between Full House and Fuller House, you had so many fun guest stars to work with. Were there any like favorites that really stand out? Any favorite memories of people that you got to work with, different guest stars?
Oh, well, the New Kids on the Block was
I already kind of knew the answer.
True. Yes. That was, well, we tried to get them on Full House. They were far too popular and far too busy to have them in their heyday on Full House. So the fact that we got them for Fuller House was, I mean, Jeff worked so hard to try to make that happen. And so, because he knew how much it would mean to me and Candace. So, so that was just a trip having them on. Who else did we have? Like, I'm suddenly blanking. I know in Full House, it was very exciting having Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the show. That must be in the later seasons because Jody and I haven't watched that episode yet. So that must be like
that'll be a fun one when you get there.
8. Yeah, that'll be a fun one. Because it's meeting basketball players. I'm 5'2", so this is always an experience for me.
Staring straight up,
like, wow, they're so tall, and their hands are so big. Like they shake your hand, and it like suddenly your whole arm disappears. But yeah, no, it's always interesting watching athletes beyond the show. Athletes who are used to a tremendous amount of pressure and performing, under a tremendous amount of pressure, just kind of out of their element and trying to learn lines and hit your mark and wait for the laughs. Like there's just these sitcom basics that they're not used to because they're used to a totally different element, a totally different sport. So yeah, it's always interesting watching them try to get comfortable with something that they're not comfortable with. And I think that was Kareem. He wasn't 100% comfortable with learning lines and, you can't just go off book and just say whatever you want. Like there's a reason why you have to memorize the specific lines on the page. But yeah, it was so great having these big names.
That's so cool.
Getting to meet them. Yeah. As kids, that was one that stood out, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. We had other guest stars that were very impressive, like the Beach Boys and Annette Funicello. But as kids, we were just like not as impressed with them because we were kids and we were kids. We just didn't appreciate anything that wasn't directly relevant to us. We're just self-absorbed and we're just like, oh yeah, that's a different generation that has nothing to do with us.
Sure.
So I appreciate it more now.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's the beauty of doing this rewatch podcast because now you can really appreciate it.
I was like, how did we get some of these people? Like Full House had incredible pull at the time. Yeah, I never appreciated it when I was a teenager, but now I was just like, wow. We did good. Like we did good. We had some pull, man. That was.
You guys really did.
Yeah, we did. It was so great. So yeah, lots of cool guest stars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And with it almost being Halloween, do you still do the Kimmy Gibbler costume contest?
I don't. I haven't done it in years. I know. I kind of stopped doing it a few years ago. I did it for 10 years, maybe 11. Okay. I know I did it for sure for 10 years, and then I was like, okay, I think I'm going to stop after 10 years. Just because people got very passionate. Like it started getting stressful for me because people had very strong emotions if they weren't picked. And I'm like, no, it's a silly game. And I didn't want to hurt people's feelings. Yeah. And I felt like I was starting. And so then I started doing like runners up. And I'm like, this is getting out of control. Yeah. Like, it's like you pick one winner. It's not that deep, but then people, because I had prizes, it's like, hey, I have an autographed script from the 80s or some Full House swag or whatever people got. they got very competitive with it and put so much time and energy. Like people actually thrifted their costumes or they recreated these scenes with props. Like they would put so much time and energy and effort into it that I felt bad that I couldn't bring
Yeah.
Yeah,
more
I
than
get
one
that.
person. So I don't
You're
know.
like,
I
this
thought
wasn't
of
the
bringing it
point.
back.
I didn't mean
Yeah,
for it to go here.
I
Yeah.
know. I know. I wanted it to stay positive, but I might bring it back someday. I've thought about doing it on the podcast, like somehow integrating it with the podcast. So
Oh, that'd be
instead of
fun.
the Kimmy Gibbler costume contest, it would be like the Stephanie and Kimmy costume contest or something. And we
Yeah.
could talk about it, have the winner on the podcast. I don't know. We could
That would
That'd
make
be
a whole
cool.
thing out of it. So maybe I'll bring it back next year
Yeah.
and
Nice.
integrate it with the podcast
That'd be
somehow.
Oh,
really
yeah.
cool.
That would be
Yeah.
super fun. Then it wouldn't just be Kimmy. It would be, you got to be Kimmy and Stephanie. You got to have a partner.
Yeah, you got to
Mhm.
Gotta
really
have a
get
scene
into it.
partner. You really have to like put some thought into this.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like I want to get a
yeah.
big enough group together to just do the whole family, the whole Full House crew. That would be,
Gosh, can
oh
you
my God. I bet you
imagine?
people do that.
I'm sure.
I've seen it on
The entire
TikTok. Some
thing.
people have like, yeah, that'll be their group costume at the party they're going to.
Mhm.
Like they'll
Mhm.
dress as Uncle Jesse and DJ, and
Yeah.
it's
So
pretty
fun.
hysterical.
Yeah.
It's
David
just,
and I hosted a 90s nostalgic Halloween party one year,
oh yeah,
and we always wanted to do it again. But I feel like
Yeah, I feel like we really need to
we
now
do.
that
It was so fun. Like everyone came
so
in throwback
fun.
costumes, and it
It
was
just
so
makes you
fun.
feel good. Again, it's that
Yeah.
nostalgia. It reminds you of a simpler time.
Mhm.
It's like
Yes.
these inside jokes that our generation gets,
It's so true.
yeah, no, I'm all for it. Please do
Mhm.
it. Yes, please. Please
Yes.
host that and invite me.
Yes,
Please,
we'll send you
will.
an invite.
Okay, good.
And then I know that you do a bunch of conventions with other cast members. Do you have anything coming
Yeah.
up?
I think I do. There's one request that just came in, so it's not confirmed yet, but
Okay.
we might be going to San Francisco very soon, like the weekend after Thanksgiving. Possibly. I don't know. If it
Okay.
doesn't happen, sorry, people. No,
Yeah,
but
don't hold her to it.
Just stay tuned.
we're in the signing of the contract phase. So, but yeah, it just kind of came up, and I'm like, yes. Usually we do all these conventions in like bumfuck southern states that
Yeah,
I've never
sure.
been to, never heard. I'm like, I
Yes.
don't know where I am right now.
Yeah.
People are like, we drove in from West Virginia, and I'm like, that's so far, and they're like, no, it's
They're
like
like,
30
it's
minutes
right
east.
there.
You're like, oh, great. Okay.
So
sure.
crazy, but which is, I mean, yes, I love visiting these places. I love meeting the locals. It's fantastic. We do have a great time,
Mhm.
but it is a haul to get to these places,
Yeah.
like Kingsport, Tennessee. There's no direct flights from LA to Kingsport,
Kingsport.
Tennessee. There's like one flight a day out of Atlanta. And if you miss it, you're screwed. And I almost missed it. So, anyways, my whole point is that just traveling an hour north to San Francisco sounds fantastic.
That's gonna be a
Yes.
dream, yeah.
And it's San Francisco. It's like the
They have a lot of
birthplace.
Yeah, you can all go to the
Close.
Full House house.
Yeah, I'm like,
Yeah.
we should just move this convention to the full. Oh gosh, they would hate it. The poor
Oh, the
owners,
poor
they would
neighborhood.
know.
neighbors hate it so
They would be
much.
like,
I feel so
"Come
bad for
on."
them.
I know.
We would
'cause
definitely get arrested. Which I feel bad for them, but I also don't. I mean, a part of me is like, you know that this is the Full House. It's been 38 years.
Especially because they bought it
Yeah.
recently.
Yes, they bought
Yeah.
it in the last couple of years, so you have to know that there's a certain amount of attention that comes with that.
Mhm.
But yeah, they get very cranky about it. So we encourage our fans to just, take your quick photo and then leave. Don't linger. Don't blare the theme song from your convertible at 3 a.m. as you're driving by, high as a kite. And let's drive by the Full House everywhere you look.
Yeah. 3 in the morning. That's just like an
Right.
overall etiquette thing.
There's
Yeah.
a
Like,
just
right.
maybe
It's
let's
just
not.
an overall etiquette thing.
Yeah.
Let's have common sense, please.
Yeah.
Let's just be nice and abide by the city laws. Like,
Yeah,
come on.
easy enough.
Yeah.
But yeah, we went up there to shoot. What were we shooting? Maybe the opening credits. This is when Jeff Franklin he bought the house and owned the house for
right.
several
Oh,
years
right.
before he decided that was a terrible investment and then sold it. But because he couldn't do anything with the house, you can't get permits in the city. The
Oh.
city does not grant permits for these old historical homes.
Sure.
And he wanted to turn the house into like a Full House bed and breakfast where you can come stay with the Tanners for
That
the
would have been so
weekend.
cool.
It'd
That
be like
would.
half museum, half bed and breakfast, where he would decorate the whole house like the Full House house.
Mhm.
But the city wouldn't. They wouldn't. It became so tedious and cumbersome that he was like, "Forget it. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna just sell the house." But when he owned it, we were able to actually shoot, on the staircase leading up to that, famous red front door.
Hmm.
Um, which again, the current owners painted it like they don't want it to look like the
Yeah.
Yeah.
house. But Jeff had that door bright red, like it should be.
Hmm.
And so we went up there, I think, to shoot. Oh no, we were shooting one of the episodes where Bob, Dave, and John were dressed like they dressed in the pilot episode. So Bob had on like that royal blue sweater, and Jesse had on like his black leather with like the mullet. He had like
Hmm.
he had a wig on with the mullet.
Uh-huh.
And so, yeah, there was one episode where we're coming out the front door and we jump into the red convertible and drive off. So we went up there to shoot for the day, and the next door neighbor decided was not a fan of the fact that we were there shooting. And so this neighbor would just come out to his little driveway and just stand there and like stare. And we can't legally ask them to move out of the shot. So if you watch
What?
carefully, you'll see, like, as we're
Stop.
walking down the stairs and jumping into the convertible, you'll see cranky neighbors in the background
Yeah.
Need to
just
go
kind of
rewatch
standing
that.
there or moving their trash barrels out or anything
Come
to
on,
distract because they
man.
just they didn't want to move. And
Oh
so,
my
and we couldn't
gosh.
ask them, it's private property. So we
Yeah,
couldn't
what are you
ask
gonna
them to
do?
move. So they're just cranky in the back of the shot. So
Oh my gosh. Not a
okay,
fan of the show,
not a
clearly.
fan of the
Yeah.
show. I know. And
Yeah.
I get it. I don't live there, so I can't imagine how annoying it is to have whether
People
they're
there all
drunk
the time.
fans or just people taking up valuable parking spots so that they can get their picture with the Full House. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think people can be a little, just a little more patient with the Full House
Hmm.
fans. It's a
Or,
very
or
famous
maybe they
street.
shouldn't live there. I hate to say
Right.
it, but
I
you
just
probably shouldn't live there.
I think it raises the values of their homes being on a
Yeah.
famous street
Mhm.
like that. And
Yeah.
if they're
True.
not going to embrace that, maybe they should sell their property, take those
Think
profits,
of
and
something
move
else.
somewhere a little bit more private.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just
It's
what
so
I
true.
That's just what I
That's
think.
just our 2 cents.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's just our
If you
advice
ask
of the
us.
Don't
day,
mind
right?
us. Everyone's dying to know. That's what we think.
Yes. You heard it here first, folks.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for
Yeah, Andrea,
coming
thank you
on.
for your
Oh.
This has been
time.
such a dream come true for both of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
you guys are delightful. This was such a fun way to spend the morning, just
Oh,
reliving my favorite memories. You guys are lovely. I hope you throw that Halloween party, and invite me
Yes.
gotta
someday.
do
Yes.
it. We will.
We
Because
need
I will
to.
totally come.
Yes.
And yeah, this was super fun. Thanks for inviting me and having a lovely conversation. I love talking about
Aw.
myself, so this was
Yeah.
really
Great. We
you.
love talking about you too, so
Yeah,
it
we
works
do.
out.
This win-win for all of us.
the match made in heaven. I love it.
And good luck with the foster. I'm not going to call it a foster fail. I'm just going to say with the
Yeah.
foster.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't made a decision one way or another, but I did buy her a personalized dog collar with my address on it. So
Mhm.
maybe
It's okay.
a
It's
little
looking like it's
official.
leaning one way.
It might be
know, I
leaning,
know.
but we
Yeah.
still have time. We have
Yeah.
to go through the shots.
I'm
It's gonna
still
be
open.
okay.
Right. She's got to get the shots. She's got to get the
Mhm.
spay. So I'm still
Exactly.
open to her finding a family as long as
Yeah.
they're as great as my family. And
Yeah.
it's going to be hard to find
There's a bar.
family that loves her as much as I do. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, good luck.
Good
Thank
luck.
you. Thanks so much, guys. Thanks.